going to try this again, all right? Hopefully it's not so bad. There we go. One more time. I open my eyes, I wish that I could shut them down. For what they have seen proves to me we were drowning. I woke up today, hear my words, it's a miracle. A gift from the stars to cope with all the dark. Is there a chance? Is there some hope that we will meet again? That we will have our dreams, that we will sit together, that we will have another day. Open my eyes, and I wish that I could shut them down, down, down. The world is obscene, it proves to me we were drowning. I woke up today, an inner voice shouts a miracle. A gift from above to keep my faith in the stars. Is there a chance? Is there some hope that we will meet again? That we can have our dreams, that we will sit together, that we will have another day. Oh man, how you guys doing? I'm gonna turn off the echo thing real quick. Oh, and then we'll get to it all. I'm gonna check your chats in a minute because I haven't been looking. That would have been too much. So let me get my bearings here. I think this is good. Hi, all of you lovely souls out there. In case you haven't heard, we lost a great one, man. We really did. We lost Vega, and it's rather heartbreaking, to be honest. It hasn't been easy to cope with it. When I lost my friend Brooks, I was able to take a week off and not think about things, so that when I came back, it was sort of like, you know, there was some distance. In this case, not quite. But I can say that at least he got my butt moving today and the last couple days. But we'll get into that. Think of it this way: it's going to be the weirdest playlist you've ever heard. Because I will say that it was sort of this weird mental conversation that I've had with Vega, on and off for like 2 days. And I can definitely tell you that I felt his presence when I was picking the songs, and I think we were arguing. So I will have to record that song proper, by the way. But I'm going to play a song that I don't think I've ever played it here, because it's a demo, and it's a really bad demo at that. But it was one of the ones that was written when I lost my friend Brooks. And when I was going through the playlist today, it popped up. And it popped up in such a strange way that I kind of figured it was almost as if, almost as if he said, yeah, I want to hear that one. Like, you want to hear a song about a loss of a friend? Really? So anyway, we had a bit of an argument on that one. So I'm going to play it, though, because I said I would. But it's going to be about his playlist today. But it's not all dark. It's not all dark. We miss him. We're going to miss him. He was such a big personality on this stream, even though most people, who watch it the day after never see him. But you just got to know that in the chats, he was like a very, very, very important person on the chat. And I was very grateful to have him on the chat. It always made me feel good. So I'm going to play the song that he moved my hand into the folder of like the really embarrassing unknown things that I, prefer people not hear, but you never know, right? So this song is called You Thought I Was Drowning. And this is from 2020, and I wrote it in a park. So I'm going to turn on the moon overhead, and I'm going to play that. And then when I come back, we'll talk some more. And we'll have to talk about this. When you saw my face, you could tell that I'm drowning. When you saw my face, you could tell I was thinking. You could tell I was thinking. When you saw my face, you could tell that I'm drowning.
When you saw my face, you thought I was drowning. When you saw my face, you thought I was drowning.
So while that fades out, um, so it was a bit of a shock, obviously, a bit of a shock. Could there be anything more shocking than to lose a friend and a loved one? Um, but it was a massive kick in the ass too. I I'd been on this really a bit of a downer for the last couple weeks after Florida. Um, I was a little bit on the depressed side, like post show stuff, very first world problems. Obviously, artist stuff. It's stupid, but I was feeling it, and when I got the news that Vega had passed, the very next morning, I felt like I had to get up and work. And I did. I did a lot of work. Uh, Finished a few paintings. I wound up writing the song that I played when I first started the show. And I sort of kept thinking to myself, how lucky we all are that we get to wake up when we wake up. How lucky we are when we wake up and we know that our loved ones woke up, and how everyone is not so lucky, no matter what the reason is. And it's a difficult thing, and I'm still processing it. So please forgive me if I say anything wrong, or if anything just sounds completely out of turn. I just emotionally, it's a bit rough it's been rough, and so it's it hasn't been easy, let's put it that way. And I have only known him for a year and a half, and it was that important to me, because our hangs were like really, really epic, and I loved them. And it was just one of those things. I felt very disarmed. Is that the right word? I felt very disarmed by him. I didn't have to worry about putting up any oddball pretenses or whatever, I don't know how to explain that, but so we would just go hang out and we would talk nerdy talk. And I really appreciated that. And I have a nice memory of him that I'm going to talk about. But I picked a lot of music, or I should say we picked a lot of music, because I'll tell you right now, I approached this stream with my thoughts were kicking and screaming. I'm not going to do this stuff. I'm not going to do this. And when I was looking through the material, I thought it was going to be really easy, because I thought, oh, it's just simple. I'll play crowd favorites kind of thing, I'll just dig up some, and thank you, Alex. It's so awesome. I loved hanging out with him. I absolutely loved it. One night in particular, when we were hanging out, we hung out. We had lunch, and I think we hung out all the way into almost time for dinner. And I think the only reason we didn't have dinner was because he had to go home to you, and I had to come home. Otherwise, I think that would have been the extended three-way mandate. Oh, man. I can't imagine it, to be honest. But he didn't want me to approach it this way. He wanted me to be like, we're going to play that weird stuff. I'm going to guide your hand. And so the NME stuff is my idea. The weird stuff is his idea. Just so you know. So just so you know. But so I'm going to play one of the songs that he used to tell me was his favorite, one of his favorites. And the reason it's a good memory is that when I played El Centro, I hadn't been to El Centro in a long time. And it's not that the show was not well attended. It's just that the way that the theater was laid out, everyone was sitting and far, far away from the stage. So here I am doing like a song that nobody knows, completely naked on my own, feeling that discomfort that one feels. You just feel this discomfort that you're like, I wish I would have played something everyone knew instead of starting off with something newish. And he was the first person out on that dance floor. He went right in front of me, right on that stage, and he was singing right along with me, and followed by his wife Alex, and they were just there. And that gesture, that seemingly simple gesture, right, to be the first one out, was very endearing to me. And so that's why I wanted to play the song that I'm going to play. But I'm not going to play my version. I'm going to play the version that he and Claudio recorded of the song. You're funny, Tim. Tim says, you're supposed to imagine the audience naked, not be naked yourself. I know, right? I was taught wrong. Every time I go up there, I realize I have no clothes on. Including now. Well, that sounds weird. You know what I mean. But I'm going to play the version that he did with Claudio of Hello. That's going to be next. And I'm going to switch to Moon Overhead, so if I have a moment, you can't see it.
There you are, standing near the buildings with a photograph burning in your hand. The ashes fell towards the pavement. It reminded me of snow. I thought, hello. time, all I felt was indecision. Then the flash of your eyes, they synchronized with mine. Only for a second said hello. You might see everything. You might get a bit of nothing. How will you ever know unless you learn to live and say hello? Hello.
Oh man. So that was Hello. With Fega and Claudio producing and Claudio singing. That's correct, right? Right? It is you singing, right, Claudio? Not Fega? Fega didn't do the singing. Oh man. Sean says, just think, we will all greet and welcome each other once again in the next world with the same profound single word, hello. Oh, thank you. I think that is kind of how it works, isn't it? So, you know, Claudio said he's going to miss making music with him. All I can tell you is, I swear to God, I felt him over my shoulder because I was not going to change that line about shutting down the eyes. And I kept hearing like his voice saying, no, man, have faith. It's a miracle. Among other things. But yeah, it was interesting to have the presence around, because I do believe in those things. I think that when you exude the energy of missing someone, you attract them to you. And I think that I had some of the energy, and it was very interesting to me. and it helped me out, got me out of a rut. And so, but yeah. So again, this playlist is dedicated to Figa, and in some weird way, almost picked by. So the weirder things, I'm telling you, they're his choices, not mine. Some of them, I'm like, I don't know. So, this, I don't know what to say, because I'm just like, I know that if I go down a certain path, because I'm telling you, when I was picking songs today and I was like going through the files and stuff, there was a couple of moments where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I think the only reason I'm holding it together is because I know I'm live and I'm on a camera and there's an audience, and it's sort of like an infinitesimal version of being on stage where I know I have to kind of like shut all other outside thoughts out. And so luckily, on an emotional level, I can pull it off, but earlier it wasn't so easy. Um, but I'm glad all of you are here. I'm glad that all of you are tuning in, and I'm glad that you guys had such great rapport with him outside of the stream, which I only found out about later when I was looking at all the comments from Facebook and Twitter, and it was just like, just amazing. It's amazing when someone really, really touches your soul. And so you know, I'm really proud of him as a human being. As far as human beings go, I'm really, really proud of that person, okay? He's a good dude. And we may not, and we may or we may not be naked. Thank you, Tim. I see the approach you're taking with this for me. That's good. That's good. I need it. Um, so this oh, Caleb's here too. Hi. I wish I'd gotten to meet you. Well, hopefully I will. I will soon. He wrote, he was the best father ever. That's awesome. That is really awesome to hear. That's awesome, man. Um, all I can say is he was a good friend. He was a really good friend to me. I felt it. So one of the things we were going to do, because he had chatted me like just a couple of weeks back, you know, but my sense of time is odd. It could have been a month ago for all I know. But we had chatted recently about him coming down and we were going to have pizza. And we had, on a previous occasion, I told him that certain songs that I had written during 2020, I had written in the park. And he'd asked me what the process was. And I was like, well, actually, I had basically turned on video capture while I was playing the instruments. And I captured it that way. And it kind of caught his attention because he said, wait, do you mean you have the instruments on screen and everything? And I was like, yeah. Like basically whatever I'm doing on screen is there. And I'm just, you know, you just kind of see a mouse move or whatever, but you can see what I was doing with Reactor. And he said he wanted to see that someday. So one of the surprises I had for him was I was going to take all the songs that I had and put them on a flash drive and give him the videos. Just because, you know, nobody would appreciate these things really in the way that he would. But it was one of those things where normally things like that, when it's requested of me, it's like, it's done with I quietly or not so quietly turn the person down. Like, it's not stuff I want people to see. I don't think so. Maybe next time, or we'll see when I get them into their better form. You know, these are like definite demo things. You know, usually I will shut that down. I won't go for it. But for some reason, if you know Figa, then you know that he'll disarm you. He gets in there, and he did. He was like, yeah, no, bring your laptop. I have to see how you wire these things up. And I was going to do it. I was going to bring the laptop and I was going to bring the videos and, you know, give it to him. So I'm going to play one of those. And as a matter of fact, it's one of the weirder ones, and it happens to be another one that I had written around the time of Brooks's passing. So it's apropos because the lyrics match, and it's the bittersweet of, yes, we're all here together. Yes, we're here in a stream. Yes, we're here to enjoy each other's company and share stories, and it's mostly good stuff, right? But it's bittersweet because we miss the person. The person's gone and we feel heartbroken, and does anyone understand what that heartbreak is like? These are all the questions, these are all the questions that everyone has, and Sean is asking me, how did you and Fega first meet? Honestly, through the stream. He hit me up and he was in town. He said, let's have pizza. And something about the way he approached it, I said, sure, why not? And I met him and had pizza. That was the first time we met in person. And it was wonderful. It was such a wonderful afternoon. I met Claudio and I met Alex that day. And it was a lot of fun. And probably the strangest part of that afternoon was that I felt so disarmed that it was like the most natural thing in the world to be like, so when are you coming back? We'll go and get pizza again. It was just as if it wasn't so much like, for lack of being corny or effed up, however you want to say this, okay? Like, it wasn't like Claude meets Fan, they have pizza, Claude shakes Fan's hand, and it's this thing that happens. And, obviously I can't be close to everyone that I meet. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did work that way. It's not quite that way. But with him, it was. It was instantaneous. We were friends. And anyway, I was going to share this with him the next time I saw him. And I was going to say, like, one of those, like, shh, I'm going to give you this, but please don't post this anywhere because this is, like, really bad, rough stuff. I'm trying to work out a song here, but you can see what I'm doing or whatever. And that was my plan. So thank you, Roxanne. Yeah, it's a good word, isn't it? Disarm. So I'm going to play that. And I will come back after that. So this is a video, and it's just basically just weird knobs on screen, if you can, see them. But it's also me singing in a park. Oh, gosh, I can't believe I'm going to play this. Inside my heart, do you know what I mean? Do you see what I see? Inside my heart, do you know what I lost? Do you know what I lost? How embarrassing. How embarrassing indeed. Um, yeah, so that would not have been something I would normally play on the stream per se. I played some of the stuff from the park, but not the weird the more rougher things, because they were in this weird format of just video capture, and I just wanted to play these for him, and I was gonna bring the actual gear over and say, well, this is how this works, and this is how that works, and this is why this is so complicated, and you know, so yeah. But the words, if you listen to the words, really simple. It was a really simple song because I was just heartbroken at the time. But finding that today when I was going through these other things and I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to play that. And I swear, I am not joking. I could literally hear his voice going, yeah, dude, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. So I was like, okay, leave the room. You leave the room. I'll put it on the playlist, but just leave the room. Oh man. It was one of those really strange things, man. Um so yeah. So there's a couple of those that I'll play tonight. But so yeah, and the other thing was that he was working on a show that NMD were going to do a show in the town that we had just played, up in California. And El Centro, sorry. my Biden moment there. But yeah, we were going to meet up in El Centro, and he was going to play. And just less than a few days ago, he sent a text to the same promoter, and he sent me a screenshot, and in true Fega form, the last thing he sent the promoter was, have you checked out Quarantstream? I think it was 43 or 45 or something. And I just thought it was really funny because I'm like, you're talking about a gig with a promoter, and the last thing you do is you send him a YouTube video screenshot of the Quarantstream. And I couldn't bear to listen to whatever that Quarantstream was because I don't know what's in there or why he said he wanted him to hear it. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to that one. And my guess would be that there's some version of a song or other that, NMD did that he maybe wanted him to hear. And that might have been the reason. But it's such a strange thing. It's on my phone. And it was really weird because he had just heard the news, and so he texted me, and he was just like, he was very upset too. And it's an interesting. It was. Hold on. See if I can get away with stretching without. I think I still have the text. Well, of course I have the text. New phone. Disassembled the old phone just days ago. So apparently, number 43. So apparently number 43 had some sort of meaning that, because it says, and I hope Oscar doesn't get mad that I'm reading this, but it's just, he says, hola Oscar, te comparto este Quarantstream que te hizo Claude el año pasado. So it's one from 2020, number 43 or whatever it is. So I don't know what's on there that he felt compelled to send it on Tuesday. So I think Fega is employing my leave things behind to be chased down game. So that's going to be interesting. I will have to check it out. Aw, TMT, thank you for that. I think that's coming. But here's one that I'm gonna play. This was actually really exciting because Taurus says, the first time that Vega talked to me, I thought it was you using another identity to screen me and make sure I wasn't some crazy. You know, I don't actually have